8s and 10s.
Ta-da!
Hi!
Hello everyone. So this is my niece Josephine and we're in the kitchen today and we're gonna make some ultimate chocolate chip cookies. This is the Betty Crocker recipe and it calls for 2 cups of chocolate chips. So that's what makes it ultimate. So first off, we're gonna start by mixing our dry ingredients in this smaller bowl first, because if we add all of our dry ingredients into the wet, like the egg and anything else, it is going to clump all together. So what we want to do is we want to mix the flour, and this is like a flour substance. Mix it together in this bowl first. So that's what it means. It says, in a small bowl, mix flour, baking soda, and salt and set it aside. So we need 2 1/4 cups of flour. So this is what I have my flour in. And I usually have this little scooper in here. So what we can do is we can use this as a measuring. Let's see if it has a 4th on here. It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't, but it needs 2 cups. And right here, it has cups. So see where it says shows 2? Mm-hmm. So what you can do is you can reach in here with this and you can fill it up to the 2 line. And it's going to take a little bit, so we'll just keep watching. So yeah, you just put it right in there and don't worry about getting, I always spill it and make a mess and end up.
Yeah, that happens to everyone.
Yeah, so just go ahead and dump it in. It's going to take you a little while. We got a fly in here.
There's a fly at my house too.
Oh,
in
no.
my room.
So Josephine is on spring break, so we decided, I asked her what she wanted to make. She wanted to come hang out with me and what she wanted to make.
No, not yet.
Yeah, because see what we're going to have to do is we're going to shake it.
Flatten it too.
So now you just barely have a cup in there. So, yes. All right, so.
With measurement too.
Now, we're still under. Let's see how it's still under a little. Mm-hmm. I think you could maybe do another one. And then we'll try and see where we're at.
We don't need a, like, really
yep, just dump it right in. And then we're going to look at it. Whoop, I keep doing the wrong side. We still need a little more. We don't want to go short on our flour. So this is a great way to get kids involved in the kitchen.
Like me.
Yes, cooking, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So now you need 1/4, okay? And that cup right there is 1/4. So go ahead and fill it up.
Okay.
Both of my boys know how to cook. My mom always had them in the kitchen. Cooking is a survival skill. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. Everyone needs to eat, and everyone knows how to feed themselves. They need to know how to feed themselves.
I know how to cook eggs.
Yes. See, she knows how to cook eggs. She's cut potatoes with me. And see how we flatten that right out to make it the 1/4, okay?
I also help my mom cook.
Right. So you can we'll put this right in here, and we'll put the cover on it. All right, so next for our dry ingredients, it says to put in our baking soda. We need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That's some baking soda. And these are my measuring spoons, and it has the measurements on them. And it called for 1 teaspoon. So this is 1 teaspoon. It says TSP. Teaspoon.
Sometimes my dad gets confused with tablespoons.
All right. Now this one, can you see it say TBS?
Yeah, tablespoon.
Tablespoon. This one says TS. Teaspoon. This one, it will always have the B in it. That's how you know a tablespoon versus a teaspoon, okay? So we need a half. I got them all in my hands. All right, so we need a half. No, it was 1, wasn't it? That was salt. Sorry. There it is. Okay, so this is our baking soda. And you want to try to get a level like we did with our flour. And what you do is you push it on the side. There you go. See how you did that? Now dump it in. Tap it. Great job. And put the cover on. All right, and now it's calling for a half of a teaspoon of salt. And this is what I have my salt in. So here's your half of a teaspoon, TSP.
TSP. What?
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's because I use it for cooking a lot. So you want to make sure you fill it up pretty good, but not overflow. Perfect. All right, dump it in. Okay.
Because who wants salty cookies?
No, but you need salt to balance out the sweet, and it gives it that taste.
Yeah.
It's the blend of all of the ingredients.
Yeah, but when it's over,
yeah,
it gets salty. And
yeah, you don't want salty. Okay, so you can set that aside. So now what we're going to do is we're going to whisk it together, and what that does is it's going to mix the dry ingredients together. And this is a whisk, and it has a bunch of like little, I guess, spoons or hands or something in it. So it's
metal pieces.
Yes. Okay. So
I'll just say that.
Yep. So what you're going to do, and you see how that the baking soda and the salt all clump together. So now what you're doing is you're mixing it together so that it blends well. And then what you want to do is, see how it's all in the center of your whisk? Tap your whisk on the side. Now stir it again. So that way you're trying to get all of it in.
I think of it like the whisk is dancing
It is. So I think that's pretty good. So tap your whisk, and then you can just leave it in there and set it aside. Just leave the whisk right in there and set it, push it over there. Because now we're going to move on to, in a large bowl, we're going to beat the softened butter and sugars with the electric beater. All right, so our butter isn't softened. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our sticks of butter, and I'm going to soften them in the microwave, and I just have a regular glass bowl. So do you want to open one and I'll open one?
Yep. If I even find what you opened it.
So on the side of the butter, it tells us the measurements, and we need 1 cup of butter. So right here it says 2 sticks equals 1 cup. 2 sticks equals 1 cup. So 2 sticks of butter equals 1 cup of butter.
Okay.
2 sticks equals 1 cup. Here, you gotta open there, see part of it that.
Yeah, I'm not very good at opening butter.
All right,
I'm just good.
Here's one thing that I usually keep a rag just next to it, just so you can just wipe your fingers off as we move along. Does that feel better? Okay. All right, so I'm going to toss this in the microwave on low just to melt the butter. You don't want to get it all over everywhere. Sometimes it takes a while. All right, so we're going to get our sugars ready. So we're going to need 3/4 a cup of granulated sugar and 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. So this is the regular granulated sugar.
My favorite.
And we're gonna need 3/4 a cup. So I have my cool little measuring cups where you can measure liquid on this side, or you can do dry or peanut butter, mayonnaise, and then you push it out. I know you're a little ways away. So this is our 1/2 cup, all right? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a spoon, and if you wanna fill this up with that sugar.
So all the way up to here.
Yep. And then we're gonna do the same.
It's hard. It's very.
Yeah, just poke it. Then we're gonna do the same. How much do we need? 3/4. Hang on.
This always happens to me with snow. One time I tried to make a ice cream snow, but the snow was so hard I had to
Yes. Or if you're doing ice.
Because it was the last day of the snow, so it wasn't the last day, it was the day where the snow came, and
it was hard and crunchy.
It was like later in the day, really later in the day, and so it was hard. It was like ice, so I had to go
So our oven just beeped, so it's up to temperature, and it's ready for our cookies when we're ready. That's one thing you want to do, and that's the first thing that's on our, if you noticed on our recipe, what does it say on step 1?
Heat oven to 375 Fahrenheit and a small.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Heat
all.
our oven. Yeah, we've already mixed together the flour. That was the next part, and I had already turned the oven on. But by the time I get the stuff together,
my arm hurts.
it does. The oven is usually ready. So you try to plan it that way.
And earlier this morning, I was having breakfast, and so my mom was like doing something, and I told her, oh, the oven beeped, and she was like, okay. She was like busy, and then she was like, and then I was like, whoa, shouldn't you be doing it right now? And she was like, no. And then I was like, why? And she was like, oh, because it doesn't overheat. It just stays where it is. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The only time you have to worry about it is if you have something cooking in there and your timer goes off.
Yeah.
Then you better check it. Because if you let it get overcooked, that won't be good. Oh, dun, dun, dun.
Oh, they're ready.
Our butter is ready.
Wait, do we need any more sugar? Or is that okay?
No, you need more.
Okay.
Please.
Just a little bit though.
Got to fill it up to the top.
Oh, I see a comment.
There you go.
Multiple.
Oh, that's my friend. My friends are watching. They want to see what you're cooking. Yeah.
Hi, friends.
Yep. I can just barely see. We're a ways back from the camera. So hi everyone. We can't really see your comments, but you know what? We're cooking and we're making some chocolate chip cookies because Josephine is on spring break.
But almost done with it.
Yeah, almost at the end, but like all good things must come to an end.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm sure you've missed your friends. Isn't that the good part about school?
Yeah, that's the only good part.
What about lunch?
Lunch and recess, that's all.
Yeah,
and
lunch, recess, and your friends.
And fun activities.
And that's what school's about, right? Oh, you're supposed to learn too, right?
Yeah.
In between all of that, right? Well, this is learning.
Yeah, math.
You're learning today. We're working with, you said that you were working with fractions in your math class, so this is perfect.
And I'm learning with rulers, 4 quarters, like 1/4.
You're measuring with
2/4, 3/4, and 4/4.
with measuring.
And 4/4 is the whole inch.
And you use a lot of measuring when you cook.
Because it's when you look at a ruler, there's very tiny one little, I don't really know what to call them, lines. There's a really tiny lines.
Yes.
My teacher calls them nubs. So I don't really know what to call them. So there's small lines, and then between the small lines there's the big lines, and then the big lines represent 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4.
Very, very good. I like that you're learning every time.
And people say it's hard. At the beginning it was hard, but now it's...
Once you start working and doing something over and over again, you get better at it because you're practicing and you're getting comfortable with it. It's the same thing with cooking. It's the same thing with your dance.
Moving.
Moving.
Yeah, moving.
Yeah. Anything you do. Yeah, moving. If you've moved 1,000 times, you're going to be used to how to pack your room, right? If you do something over and over again, you're going to know how to do it. What about jumping on your trampoline with tricks that you do on your trampoline?
Well,
your flips.
I've been practicing.
You've been practicing.
And I can almost do a front flip. I just land on my
See? And that's because you've been
practicing.
Right. You've been doing it over and over again. You've been getting more comfortable.
It's like sometimes I do a double front flip and I land on my knees. I'm like, oh nope. I don't want to do that.
Do you want to put the sugars in?
Yeah, sure.
I have the mixer here. I'm
on a stool, so.
She's on a stool, so she's.
Because I'm short.
Yeah, because she's short people. So you could just dump them right in there. We're going to use this electric mixer.
Best thing in the world.
And then if it doesn't come out, you could have pushed it.
Yeah.
Like the end of it. But it came out. Okay, so now we have to put the blade on.
And then, is it sharp? No, it's not sharp.
No, it's not sharp. It's
mixes.
It mixes. It's very powerful though, and it's strong.
This is how tall I am without the stool.
Yeah, she said.
My arms are just perfectly for the. That's all.
So we have to mix the butter and the sugar together.
This is what it's doing. It's like spinning and doing this.
And now we have to put the egg in. So do you want to open the egg?
Yeah,
And typically what I do is I open my egg in a separate bowl because I don't want to have to try to start over with my mixer and those ingredients if I get shells in there and can't get them out. And sometimes I drop the shells in.
Yeah,
So-
I always do that.
Okay, so here's a great way to do it. So do you tap it on the side?
No, I tap it right here.
Okay.
One time I tried tapping it on the table, and it all just exploded.
Yeah, that's why I like doing it in here. That way, if anything happens, it all goes inside. Great job. Perfect. Now you should wash your hands.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm very scared of eggs because one time, me and my mom were cooking. We were using eggs, and the eggs were fresh from the farm. Like, well, not really, you know.
Yeah.
They were like fresh from my farm,
Yes.
and so I tried to like open it, and then it just exploded all over me. It got in my hair, it got on my outfit,
Oh.
it got on the floor. Thankfully, my dog didn't lick some of it.
So now we need 1 teaspoon. We're going to put in the egg, and then we're going to put the vanilla and in with the egg, and we're going to mix it together. And I'm using our Pampered Chef vanilla, which is the Madagascar extra strength vanilla. So this is super, super yummy. And we need 1 teaspoon, 1 TSP.
Since we have eggs, what type of eggs are your favorite? Scrambled or fried?
I like scrambled, but I can eat fried if the yolk is cooked.
Yeah, I don't really like fried. I like scrambled. What type do you like?
Yeah, what kind of eggs do you like? And we're making cookies. And we decided that this recipe says that you can put a cup of nuts in it. Her and I said, nah, we don't like nuts in our chocolate chip cookies. Do you like nuts in your chocolate chip cookies? I do
don't.
have pecans, but we decided no, we're not going to put those
No.
in. No. Okay, so do you want to mix this together? Go ahead and mix the egg.
And there's a ton of nuts. There's peanuts and cashews and
Yeah, there's all kinds of nuts that you could put in.
I can't really think of anything else
Okay.
because I don't have nuts except
All
peanuts and cashews.
Now, do you want to dump that in?
Did I mix it good enough?
Sure.
Because when I scramble my eggs, I make sure the eggs are.
Well, we're gonna let this do it more, so you know it doesn't have to be. Yep, just dump it right in. I know it's kind of hard to hold on to them.
They're really big.
They're big, and sometimes I drop them.
Pretty
Okay, you stick that right in there. All right, so then we're gonna put this back in. We're gonna turn this on a minute. It's okay.
Okay.
Here's the. Now we're gonna need to dump in the flour a little bit at a time. Okay, so we'll take the whisk out. All right. Now, if you want to pull that over, and then you can slowly add it in.
As it's mixing?
Yep.
Okay. This scares me a little bit.
Well, the flour's just going to go in, and I'll just help it. And we're only going to do a little bit at a time. Okay. You can set it down. And we're going to let it get used to that. You see how it's taking a little bit to bump up? And
It's getting thicker.
it's getting thicker, yes.
It's like a cake. You don't want it all gooey. Because then when you make it, and when it's done, it's all gooey and it's not like...
If we didn't add flour and we tried to put that on top of our sheets to make cookies, it would just be liquid all flat.
No.
And that wouldn't work. Okay, so now it looks like it's good. So why don't you go ahead and dump some more of the flour in with the baking soda and the salt.
And the flour. Oh, that's a lot.
This is a strong mixer that can handle it. Okay, there you go. We're gonna let it get mixed again, and then what I'll end up doing is, once we put the rest of it in, I'm gonna let it go, and then I'm gonna shut it off and I'm gonna mix it. Because sometimes the flour will get to the bottom, because the bottom shape of the mixer goes like this, and
It's
like a
like
V,
a U.
almost like a U, yeah, V, U. And it doesn't get to the exact bottom, it doesn't rub on the very, very bottom of the mixing bowl. So you wanna make sure when you're going and getting all your cookies and putting them on the sheet, you don't get to the bottom and have flour like this. You want to incorporate it and make sure it's all mixed in together really, really good.
Yeah, that's what my mom taught me. We make brownies, and she's like, I still see brownie mix. Mix
Yes.
that.
Yep. Yeah, your arms get tired, but you still have to keep going
'Cause
because
then-
they're still in there.
Because then it's powdered.
Right. And you don't want to bake it and have powder.
No.
All right, so you ready?
Yep. It's heavy.
At least this one has a handle. Here, it's getting
Louder.
Okay. Do this.
Is it heavy?
Yeah, it is, but I've been used to. I've got a couple more muscles maybe than you do, so maybe you need to do a workout.
Hey, I used 3-pound weights later.
Well, that's good.
Only
I don't
one
know how
though.
much this weighs. This might be 5 pounds. This thing is heavy on my flour. Okay, so now it's getting, look, it's getting a little thicker.
Because it's so big, it's bigger than.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to, and see, sometimes when I do this, you get the flour, and then I'm going to unhook this.
There's powder.
Yep. So that's what I mean. I want to make sure, get it from the sides. We're going to mix it all in really good. And then next up, guess what we got to put in here?
Chocolate.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so we're going to mix it again really good, and then we're going to put in our chocolate chips. You can,
I got them.
okay.
And they're mini semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Yeah,
And-
they're really nice.
And that's what, and we're not putting in fully sweet chocolate chips because we're putting a lot of chocolate chips in. If we added the full sweet, it'd be too
Yeah.
sweet.
Typical chocolate chip cookies ask for semi-sweet chocolate chips, and these are the mini ones, which I think I have a bag of the regular size and a bag of the mini, but it does call for 2 cups. So that's what makes it ultimate, other than the fact that Josephine's helping me, and we are going to use a stainless steel scoop
I've used one of
to
those.
scoop out so all of our cookies are going to be the same size and they're going to cook evenly. We're going to cook them on the stones. I have my large pizza stone, my small pizza stone, my rectangular stone, and my bar stone.
I wonder how many people are watching.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3 right now, or maybe 1. Maybe they were there earlier. Yep. You can say hi to everyone. Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Hola.
Josephine is on spring break, so we are in the kitchen making some chocolate chip cookies. So I'm going to open this up, and then you can go ahead and dump them in if you'd like.
All of it?
All of it!
it.
That's what makes them ultimate. Dump them right in there. Look at all of that.
This
Get out of
whole-
here, fly. We got one
wait.
fly in here.
Nope.
Oh. Get them all. Get all those sweet chocolate.
It's like
All right.
yogurt.
Did you see that? They almost went jump ship. Okay, so we're gonna let it spin around a little bit just to make sure we get all of our chocolate chips incorporated into all of our cookie batter. So fun, huh? Okay.
So there is 1 or 7 people watching. I don't know. I'm blind.
I know we're a little bit a ways away from the camera. Okay.
And I need I have glasses. So
You
that's
have
probably
glasses
why I
and-
can't see.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take this off here.
But it isn't reading glasses. They're just like magnified glasses. So if I brought them, I would have seen how many people there were.
Well, there you go. All right. So now we're gonna get our pizza stone.
Pizza.
Our cookie stones.
Pizza.
Because I end up using them all, so I got them all out. So this is the bar stone. This is like a sheet pan. It's got a 1-inch lip, and this is the one that I probably use the most.
Oh, it's And very loud.
And they're heavy, right? Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna scoop.
And then cling.
We'll probably do 3, 3 across.
I've used this before. Wait.
So what you wanna do is you wanna make sure you fill it all the way up.
So I can
Go
touch
in
it?
again, yep. You wanna fill it all the way up, push it on the side, and then you're gonna have to mash it in and then kind of take off the excess, and now push it on there. Doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. Squeeze it and it should come out. There you go.
And then
Perfect.
Do we flatten them?
Nope. Those are peanut butter cookies that you flatten. These flatten as they bake.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we should do 2. We'll do... Do you want me to help you?
No.
Okay.
Let me just...
Great job. So when you use the scoop, you end up getting the same size cookies. Then they're going to all cook evenly. Because when you put them in for 12 minutes, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to get more on there.
It's just there's some
Awesome.
on the side and it's going to be left out. And
Okay.
there's a lot on the side actually. It's not just a little bit. Okay. Bye.
So we worked on fractions.
Yep.
Because we were using the recipe, which called for 3/4 and a 1/4 and a teaspoon and a tablespoon. We didn't do tablespoon, we just did teaspoon. Teaspoon, cup, 3/4 the cup, and 2 cups of chips. And no nuts, because we decided we didn't want nuts. No nuts for us. All right, so this recipe...
And if you guys are following along, you guys can add peanuts or nuts.
Nuts, any kind of nuts that you like, that's fine. All
Okay.
right, so I'm gonna put these in. We're gonna set the timer for 10 minutes, and you're going to keep working on putting the other cookies on.
It's so hot.
It is a little warm, but that's what you want, because we're baking cookies. Okay, so timer, we're gonna do, I'm gonna do 9 minutes right in between, and go ahead and put some more on. And this is what I'm gonna take them off with. This is it's called the fish spatula. I can remove 2 cookies at a time, 3 if they're smaller, but we're doing bigger cookies. I love that.
People watching, the way I protect myself from a hot oven, I do this.
Yes. You have to be very careful around hot ovens. You have to be very careful around electric things. Saunas. You have to be careful around the mixer. It's electric. It's very powerful. Yeah. If you get your hand caught in there, it can break your fingers. Yes. It's strong. It's meant to mix things together for you.
Not break yourself.
No, but...
It can't do that.
Yes. Because it can be dangerous.
Do I put it right there, maybe?
Absolutely. You're doing such a great job.
But I think of these as social distancing.
Yes, they are social distancing.
So they all...
It's so that they won't run into each other when they bake, because remember I said they're going to spread out?
Get bigger.
And you can kind of see, look, see the rim?
I'm skinny.
Yeah, I think we're just going to do 6 on each, because we've got plenty. I've got and these other stones, they'll fill up more. Good job.
It's kind of like an ice cream scooper.
It is. Ice cream scoops, the one that we have doesn't have a release thing. So this is kind of cool. It lets it come out.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah, see? It has a thing in there, so it moves along and takes it out for you.
And there's a thing that moves, and when you release it, turns. And it like, so there's a thing in there, it goes, whoop.
It wipes it out for you. Okay.
Like, so there's my cookies in there, okay? And then there's a round bottom. And then there's, when you squeeze, there's a little round thing that'll go whoop, and let it all out. And
look at you go. So we've got 2. Let's see. Put them like. Look at how much that one's over. You should. It's.
Yeah,
squished
that's
it.
good.
There you go.
Where do you want me to put it?
Anywhere.
Okay. Right there?
Yep, that's perfect.
There's a ton of this.
Well, I had this scooper, I think. Oh, my scraper, I put it in the washer.
So when we used to do this, like before, my mom would look at the videos and be like, "Wow, Josephine, you're famous," and I'd be like, "Thank you."
Oh yeah, you're famous. Of course you're famous. Well, remember when we were talking about we did the skillet cookie? We've made donuts.
Oh yeah.
We've
and peanut butter cookies.
Peanut butter cookies.
Which
we've also talked about Kathy the quick cooker and pot roast.
Yeah. And then that pizza roll thing.
Yes, we made stromboli in the air fryer.
I'm not very Italian, so
she's not Italian. You are.
No, I'm maybe.
Ask your mom.
Okay, I will.
You don't like Italian food, but you're
Italian sausage.
You don't like Italian
They're
sausage?
big and they're scary. They scare me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like sausage, breakfast sausage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a different taste.
Yeah. And different size.
That one wasn't social distance very much.
No.
He was moving in on somebody else's.
He's a social butterfly.
Yes. Good example. Thank you everyone for watching. We're in our kitchen and Josephine, my niece, is on spring break vacation.
2 people watching.
Yes, and she wanted to make some chocolate chip cookies with me, so she came over. Her mom is running some errands.
So I'm here for a long time.
She's here for a long time, and
probably
we've
2
got
hours.
We've got our first set of cookies in the oven. We've got 4 minutes to go, and that one's going to be ready to come out.
You know, maybe we have the stuff. If I'm here long enough, maybe we can do another stream, right?
Do a what?
Do another recording if we have enough time and you have the things, because I'm here for a long time.
Yes, we have other things we could do, probably.
Hopefully.
Now, you'll probably end up using up, well, you might need to do them.
To entertain you guys, we need to entertain them.
Yes.
And teach them.
So, what else do you make at home by yourself? You said eggs?
Nothing. Well, I make pepperoni. I warm it up in the microwave.
Yeah.
And I warm up my Pizza Hut.
Yes. See?
Those
are things that you can do by yourself. So if your mom's busy.
And me and my mom, she just has to do one part.
Mm-hmm.
I can make macaroni. They're not the actual long cook macaroni. In Walmart, there's these little mini cups of macaroni.
Like I call them lunch,
yeah.
snacks or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
hotel snacks maybe.
You can add water to it and then you put it in the microwave. And
for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Good job. We've got 3 minutes and our first batch is going to be ready to come out. We're going to let that cool on the stone
and then
for 5 minutes, and then I'll take those cookies off. We'll put another stone in.
And then while the stone's cooking, we'll try them.
Oh yeah, so of course we have to try them.
Yeah.
What's better than hot chocolate chip gooey ooey cookies? Not much. I thought maybe she would want to make a lunch, something for lunch. No, let's make cookies. Okay. You know me, I love to, oh, that one's a little small.
Yeah.
You better put that back in and get some more because you don't want it to be too. There you go. Good job.
Mini cookie.
Yeah, because it won't bake the same. It'll be overdone.
Burnt.
Yes, it will be overdone.
Okay, that's all the stone we have.
Yeah,
Right now,
for right now.
Now we just take a break.
Yeah, we just have to wait
Wash
a minute.
my hands.
Yes, you can wash your hands.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for watching. She's super excited to be here with me. It's been a little while since we've done a video, and wanted to get her.
Okay.
Wanted to get something, you know, make something that she would want to make. We have a little bit of dough left.
Yeah. And thank you for watching our 2 people watching.
Yay!
And those 2 people are.
Let me say hello?
Heather and Sally and Joanne and a ton of people.
Yes. See, you have a big audience. You have a big following.
And earlier, as a comment, I think I saw Aunt Cheryl.
Aunt Cheryl, yeah. Aunt Cheryl likes to see what we're doing too.
1 minute, 17 seconds. I mean,
yeah.
15, 14.
Our cookies are going to be about ready to come out. We'll have to see if they're ready.
Lucky me. So sometimes when me and my mom are cooking, like the oven story that I said earlier, I see the oven and it's on the countdown for 10, 9. I'm like 10, 9, 8, 7, and then I'm like it's done. And then 3 seconds, and she's like no it isn't. And then 3 seconds later, I'm like I told you it's done.
Yeah, they may not. They may have to
have it 1 more minute because you set them for 9 minutes. I'm stepping back.
See, they're not really brown. I'm gonna add another minute.
They're still a little gooey.
Yeah, so you kind of want the top to be a little bit of a brown, but you got to remember with the stone, it continues to cook. These are really, really, really hot when they come out of the oven. Very, very hot. And they continue to cook the food, so we have to be really careful, and we have to make sure, and I count down 5 minutes and remove the cookies, because if not, then they're going to overcook, and we don't want that. And we have to make room on the counter, because when we take them out, they have to sit because they're very hot. So
I don't know if anyone's watching now.
It's okay.
We're lonely.
That's all right. People, when they work, they can't watch. But
so they just watch a little bit.
They can come back and watch it later. It will always be available for them to watch it later.
But sometimes it's better when you watch it live.
It is.
Because you're like meeting them in person.
Right. So we'll put you right over there away from the hot oven.
28, 27, 26, 25, oh. Nope, not yet. 20, 19, 18. Nope. No one's counting with me. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Someone joined. We have 1 person watching. Everybody, watch out.
All right, so out of the oven come our hot cookies. We're making chocolate chip cookies. Oh my goodness. We're gonna let that batch cool.
And then as they cool, they'll get also less gooey.
Yes, and we've got another batch ready to go in. We're gonna set our timer for 10 minutes.
Where do you want me to be now?
You can be up on your stool, and I'm gonna set my other timer. I've got my Pampered Chef timer. I'm gonna set this one for 5 minutes.
For that to cool. And then when it's done, we shall
take those cookies off, and we can put them on here. They'll still be really warm. If we can dare to bite them, we will. But
we'll cut them maybe.
Well, they can sit here for a few more minutes, and then we'll be ready to have them. We'll figure out what we want with our cookies. And then we've got a little bit left. I was thinking we might put this in one of the little cast iron skillets. We could make a little mini cookie in the air fryer.
Or with that, we could just make 1 big cookie.
We could. We could absolutely make 1 big cookie. We could maybe make it on that one when it gets cool.
And then just... But I don't know how we would do that with that little tiny scooper. Maybe we could just...
Well, I know what we can do. It'll come out in 1 big clump. Look at that. That's going to be our big cookie. So this has raw egg in it. Because remember, we put egg in it, so we can't eat this.
Ah.
Yeah, because it has raw egg, and that's not really good for you.
Mm-hmm. And maybe that's the cookie we can bring my mom.
Yeah,
the ultimate cookie.
The ultimate big cookie,
Wait,
right.
We should call that the ultimate big cookie.
The ultimate big cookie, that's right.
It just doesn't have a few chocolate chips like those. It has
a ton. We're all about the chocolate.
And the chocolate chips just makes it ultimate, but since there's more, it's the ultimate, but it's not a normal size cookie. It's a big cookie, so it could be called the ultimate big chocolate chip cookie.
Right.
Cookies. Well, actually, cookie.
Yeah, you always love your chocolate. So these
3 on the timer. It says 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they're still cooling down.
I would show you, but I'm too far away.
Yeah, you can go up close and put it and talk
2
about it.
minutes left.
That's the timer. It has 4 different. You can do 4 different settings. Time 4 different things.
It says 5 minutes on this, but it's actually 2 minutes.
Oh, because it's showing backwards.
It's backwards.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I learned about that in dance. My dance teacher puts our dances on YouTube so we can practice them, but the camera's backwards, so we have to go the opposite way.
Oh, how confusing, huh?
And it's like...
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you handle it well because you remember those steps in your mind. So it makes it easier for you to remember them. You do great at dance. Don't forget that's hot.
Yep.
Can't go near that one. So we're gonna sample our cookies. Do you wanna stay on until we sample our cookies?
Yeah.
So, what do you think you're gonna want to be when you grow up? You've been like doing dance and you've been making videos. Do you like making videos? Yeah. Is that exciting?
I was thinking of being a book writer.
Yeah. Do you like to read books? You do?
And maybe being on Food Network.
Being on Food Network cooking? Yeah. Do you like to cook?
Yeah.
You do?
Making my own little show.
Mm-hmm.
Because me and my mom watch Beat Bobby Flay, and we're absolutely obsessed with it. Like, for the past spring break, we've been watching it till 8:30.
What has he been making that you've been wanting to make?
Well, nothing really, but he's been doing cottage cheese and this orange fruit, like something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. I know it starts with an N. So that, and...
I don't know, maybe a nectarine?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
How did you know?
Well, that was the first thing that popped in my mind. That would be a fruit.
It's like an orange fruit,
yes.
Peach, kind of.
Mm-hmm. It's a variation of an orange. Like a different kind of orange.
And then at the end, people make their own...
They come up with their
signature dish.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier, me and my mom were watching it this morning, and one of the signature dish was chili cheese dog.
Oh, yeah. Uncle PJ likes those. I like watching that show where they give them a basket with a bunch of ingredients and they have to come up with what they're going to make. And they have to make something.
That's Cutthroat Kitchen.
Yeah, I'm not sure the name of it. I just know what it is. Yeah, I like to watch the YouTube, and I'll watch some of the different cooking shows. And the cakes. Some of the cakes that they make on some of those shows are amazing. I don't think I would eat them. Oh.
They're done cooling. Oh, yeah, kind of.
All right.
And I'm always mad when Bobby wins because we all know Bobby Flay is like the pro cook.
Right, so that's not fair.
So I'm very angry. I'm like, And last night we saw one that was absolutely confusing because there was a dish and it was better. It was a vote for better a meal, and I was like,
really soft.
And Bobby Flay still won. When the other cook battling against Bobby Flay should have won. I was like, wow.
Well, that's not fair, right?
No. Me and my mom both were very mad. We were like, when we noticed that Bobby Flay won, we were like, oh!
Maybe there was a reason that something he did that you don't know. It was something better than what the other competitor had. There might be a different variable than what you were thinking. All right.
They smell really good.
They do. They still look a little soft.
And they're right in front of me, which makes it even harder to not just go.
Remove the cookie sheet completely. about 30 minutes. So yeah, they're supposed to cool for 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
I know. Well, we won't be online that long.
No.
So we're gonna do, I think what we'll do is we'll just put, this is still hot, so please
Do
don't
a part
touch it.
2.
Yeah, we could do a part 2. We could come back.
After the 30 minutes.
And do a part 2. I think I'm just gonna kind of push this down a little bit.
And then we could be like, well, and we didn't have enough time to stream for the last one.
Yeah, so this is gonna be our big ultimate big cookie that we're making because we had a little bit of dough left over. So we'll put that one in and let that cook.
And that's the one we're giving to my mom. And if you don't know who my mom is, her name is Antoinette.
Casaval. Yes, that's your mom.
Casaval.
Yes.
You want to know something funny about my last name? So in Florida, there's 2 PE teachers, a girl and a boy, okay? And the boy would call me, like, for parent pickup, you would use a walkie-talkie and they would be like, I need Josephine Cassava. I'm like,
he says your name wrong.
And then, and also in 2nd grade, there's this teacher, his name is Miss Wilson, and he was Sebastian's teacher when he would live with us, okay? And so when I would be late for my name, he'd be like, okay, get up, Sebastian. I'd be like,
do I look like a Sebastian?
do I look like a boy to you?
Right. Silly people. All right.
So,
are we gonna wait? They're still kind of soft. They're very soft. I think we have to wait a little. It says to let them cool for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably how they would be harder.
The centers will be soft. Yeah, until they're light brown, 8 to 10 minutes. So, yeah, we just have to let them cool. But we want to thank everyone for watching.
And we'll make a part 2, so don't be sad.
And we appreciate it. I just want to bring you in a little closer to see our creation we got going on.
And me.
And Josephine. And our cookies. Try not to make you too dizzy. They're looking good.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.